What is going on YouTube? This is Sidney Cumbie once again with yet another makeup video. So today I'm not going to have an intro. I'm just going to run you guys through this video that we did last night. Jacquelyn Coon was just doing a little practice on my face, and we turned it into like a fresh, subtle zombie. We didn't want to go too extreme with it. We wanted to keep it really simple. So here it goes, guys. Alrighty, so what we got going on right here is she is laying down the Prosade, locking this prosthetic down to my skin. So she's going up under. She's also putting the Prosade on the prosthetic and on the skin, so it has a nice contact bond, so it stays on the skin really well. And what you want to make sure you do is you want to make sure that you completely glue down the prosthetic. If you do not completely glue down this prosthetic, meaning that if there's a spot underneath this prosthetic that doesn't have glue, doesn't have Prosade, what's going to happen is you're going to get a weird wrinkle or a weird fold when your model or your actor makes a weird face. So make sure that you completely glue this thing down. Keep that in mind. Now, after you have the bulk of the prosthetic actually glued down up underneath, as in the centermost point all the way to the edge. Now, once you have all that glued down, what you can do is just put Prosade right on top of the edge to glue down the thin edge. The reason you can do this is because foam latex is basically a sponge, and it's going to absorb the Prosade and go right through the thin edge and glue it down to the face. That said, if you don't have the Prosade close enough to the edge up under the prosthetic already, you still might get this weird little wrinkle up under there, so keep that in mind. Make sure that you are covering the complete underneath of the prosthetic by adding Prosade to the prosthetic and then sticking it to the skin and as well as on the skin. Just make sure you glue it down really well. That's all you need to do, guys. Now she's just powdering it around my eye right there, just so that my lashes do not get glued down. And now there's a little spot around my nose where it didn't blend that well, so she is putting a little bit of Bondo up under there just to make sure there's a smooth transition. So right here she's sealing up the prosthetic with Pax paint. Pax is 50% acrylic, 50% Prosade, and you need this to seal down the prosthetic. Now this is just a generic flesh color that she's using. It doesn't really match my skin right now, but she's gonna fix that. So what she's doing right here, she's using a Delium Tool stipple brush to feather the Pax onto my skin, not covering my whole skin, but feathering it out onto my skin. We're again going with a subtle zombie here, still making them flesh color, and I'm trying to make it match my own flesh itself. So she went in with a sort of generic flesh color and then went over that with like a pink flesh color, so it blends a little bit better, and it still looks like maybe a little bit of irritation of the skin because this is going to be a gory prosthetic. So now she's still using a Delium Tool brush right here, but she's painting in the white bone. She's doing this with Surprenant Pax paints, and I like to do a nice base with Pax, and especially if there's bone or there's gore, I like to paint it in with Pax so that that gore and that bone color stays in there and doesn't move around once you are using alcohol colors on top of it. So now she's painting in the gore. She's going in with some reds, some deep tissue colors from Surprenant Pax paints. And she's using another Delium Tool brush because Delium Tool brushes are awesome. This is just a detail brush or like a veining brush. She's getting into all that detail with this Pax, and people often are scared to use Pax in brushes. I do it all the time. The Pax comes out really easy. Just use a brush cleaner and it should clear up for you and get out of that brush, as long as you have some good brushes too. Delium Tool brushes are really amazing. I've had my first set for over 2 years now and no problems at all. Really good brushes, awesome. She's just painting it in, and this is a simple paint job, nothing crazy. A little bit of spattering, a little bit of gore up under. You're just painting it in red, some striations, different colors. Just trying to match the skin color as best as possible. Now this is still sort of pink, but it will be fixed once she spatters some flesh colors on top of it. Alright, now she's going around the bone areas and adding a little bit of that red Pax just to make it look like it's ripped through the skin. Now she's putting a little bit more flesh on the skin, it looks like. Yeah, a little bit of a lighter flesh color to sort of break up the skin right over the top of that prosthetic. Just sort of match my skin a little bit better. And she's bringing it more onto my skin as well to sort of fade it. She's doing a little bit of spatter with a chip brush. And all the colors that we're using today, all the alcohol colors are gonna be European Body Art, so make sure you guys check them out. European Body Art's pretty awesome, got some great colors. Now she just put a little bit of irritation on there, a little bit of red irritation, stippled it on there. You can see just, this is still almost underpainting. She's doing a little bit of this red irritation, still underpainting, meaning that it will be covered with a layer of lighter flesh color. Now she's going around the eye. She's making it a little bit bruised because there is trauma to that side of the face. I want this side of the face a little bit more bruised than the other side of the face. And of course, we're helping each other out when we do these makeups. We talk each other through and ask, hey, what would you do for that? What would you do for this? That's the plus of having a model that is a makeup artist as well. So we're sort of just talking our way through it and seeing how everything looks. And now this looks way a little bit too harsh on this eye, which she's gonna fix it, meaning that she's gonna put a flesh color over the top of it, sort of make it look like it's under the skin and translucent. So don't think that we're just going to do one side of the face that's sort of crazy. We're going to make it work with the other side of the face as well. Alright, just doing, looks like she's spattering a lighter flesh color over the top and stippling it on with a little sponge as well. She's spattering with a chip brush. Chip brush you can get from anywhere like Home Depot. Well, 1-inch chip brush, you just cut it off at an angle and you can spatter, mix up some alcohol colors and spatter all over the skin, and it really brings everything together. I usually do really washy spatter colors. Now she's trying to make my lip a little bit more red, just to cover up that pack that was on my lip, and then she spattered over it to sort of blend it with my other lip. Spattered over it a little bit of flesh color, makes it look more translucent. And if you like the lens that I have on right there, that is a 9mm lens. There's a nice custom lens there, kind of pricey. For a pair, you're looking at around $400 for some nice scleral lenses, and you have to be measured. Now she's making under my eye right here with a little bit of cream color. She did on my left eye. She did a little bit of cream up under there to sort of match the other side. Give me a little bit of a sickly look. And now she's putting a little bit of sheen on it just to make it look more like skin and more like sweaty and nasty. Makes it look more translucent. A little bit of sheen to it, and now she's adding some blood up in there, adding some gore. Just putting some blood up in the cuts, and she's gonna put a little bit of blood in there and then spurts it with a little bit of water so it drips down my face and it drips down the side of my neck, trying to make it look natural. And so there's one little clip that we didn't add. We added some spatter, and you'll see it right here on the side of the head. You'll see that blood splatter, a little bit more on the neck where it dripped down. Whoa! So this is the final look. You'll see the spatter on the side of the face. You'll see the dripping down the neck. This makeup is really fun, and it's cool to do a zombie that's more flesh tone, more subtle, rather than doing something that is just crazy zombied out. This is more of a trauma makeup rather than a zombie makeup, but you know, we did turn it into a zombie. That sort of orbital bone that was in the sculpt made it look more zombie-esque. That's why we went zombie with it. So I hope you guys get something out of this video. I tried to explain everything. Remember, if you have any questions, just ask me and I'll see what I can do. And until another video comes up, guys, subscribe, share my videos. The only way I can do these videos is if you share and subscribe, because these prosthetics are really expensive. So is makeup, and I just do this for fun and to educate you guys. So and until next time, subscribe. I will catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.